Fly Free Sports. We back in the building once again. Week 2 NFL picks. I missed week 1. But it's nothing to worry about, man, because I picked all the games right anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what happened. So I don't know how I missed week 1, but it don't even matter. We here now. Week 2 NFL picks, man. I'm gonna go through all the games. I did this last year. I'm gonna go through every single game, pick a winner who I think is gonna win. You know what I mean? All that. So without further ado, uh, it is Thursday. We Thursday already. I'm doing this last minute, but tonight's game, the Buffalo Bills at Miami to play the Dolphins. I believe it is early in the season. It is the second week of the season, which means a Miami home game is recently it's more of a high probability for a win, man. With all them track stars they got on their team, it seems like they have every nigga on planet Earth that runs a 4.240 on their fucking roster. So these guys are in they're in kill mode. They didn't really put up too many points last week, but I mean they're so explosive, man. It's like any week they could put up 30 or 40 points. I don't know if Chan is playing tonight. I know he's on the injury report. I'm kind of monitoring that, for fantasy purposes and all that. But I do have Miami winning early season. Like I said, early season, I trust them at home against the Bills, who they ended up coming back last week and beating Arizona. So yeah, that the Bills they looked pretty good in their comeback. They didn't start off so well, but Josh Allen and the gang got it done. So, but not this week. I am going with Miami. On to Sunday, New Orleans at Dallas. Very, very interesting matchup, just from the standpoint. Both of these teams won going away last week. Dallas they won by a couple touchdowns, but the game was really worse than what the score was. Cleveland just got dominated. And as well as New Orleans, they dominated the shit out of Carolina. But Carolina is a horrible football team. Like, there's no mistaking that. Um, And I think New Orleans going on the road, I think that might be too much for them. Now, I will say if New Orleans somehow won this game, people might want to start taking them serious. Now, I know it's early, it's week 2, so it sounds crazy to say some shit like that, but that'd be two wins to start a season when people probably didn't expect them to beat Dallas, I'm sure. And I don't expect them to either, even though I hate Dallas. But I am picking the Cowboys to win that game. But I think they're gonna win comfortably too. Like, I got them by like 10 or more. Um, Third game, Tampa Bay at Detroit. This should be another good game. This is a rematch from the playoffs. I believe they played in the divisional round last year in a pretty good game too as well. Baker Mayfield, everybody know he's had a resurgence since he's been with Tampa. I think he earned a new contract. Uh, he took over for Tom Brady pretty seamlessly. I don't think they're losing because I'm sorry. I don't think they lost in the playoffs because of Baker Mayfield. I just thought they lost to a better team in Detroit. Detroit at home, they're coming off an overtime win against the Rams. This is a very good. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is very, very. This is gonna be a tight game. Fuck it. Let's go with the upset. I got Tampa. I got Baker Mayfield and them boys pulling the game out. Mike Evans. Mike Evans gonna show up. Godwin gonna show up. I like their receiving course. Another dude on their receiving core. I forgot his name. I like him too. But yeah, I got Tampa. Game 4. Is that game 4? Yeah. Indianapolis at Green Bay. Short and sweet, man. I got Indianapolis beating Green Bay. Green Bay's home opener at Lambeau Field, and the only reason I have Indy beating them is because Jordan Love isn't playing, man. Jordan Love, as everybody know, got hurt in the first game of the season. He should be out some weeks. Hopefully, Green Bay can salvage some wins while he's out, but I do not think that first win will come this Sunday against Indianapolis, who I think is a very, very good team, who lost to another very good team last week. So I think Indy will win this game. Um, The New York Jets against the Tennessee Titans. I think the Titans are awful. I really, really do. I think at the end of the year, they'll have one of the worst records in the NFL. I think Aaron Rodgers gets his first win as a New York Jet on the road in Tennessee against the Titans. I just don't believe in him. Will Levis or whoever no, just no. The Jets are going to bounce back from playing one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the league in San Francisco last week. Tough way to start Aaron Rodgers' New York Jets career, but I mean, I don't think too many people expected them to really beat San Francisco. I could be wrong, but I didn't have them beating them, but I do think they'll win this week on the road in Tennessee. San Francisco at Minnesota. Both teams 1-0. San Francisco looks the same as they've always looked, just dominant in the regular season. They won without Christian McCaffrey. Didn't really need them. They still ran the ball for what 170 yards, whatever. It was crazy. I know the Jets couldn't stop the run. That's what I do know. Minnesota, they beat the fucking Giants, which y'all heard my review of the game, recap of the game, how I felt about all that. But I don't really think Minnesota's a good team at all. I just think the Giants are that awful, which is why they won. That's not to take anything away from the star that they do have, Justin Jefferson. I think he's an amazing receiver. Obviously, like not too much you could do about that dude. But I do have San Francisco beating Minnesota. It's not. I don't think that game will be close in Minnesota as well. But it don't matter. Like I think Brock Purdy gonna have a field day. It just is what it is. Seattle Seahawks at New England. This is an interesting game, man. New England, I didn't expect them to win last week. They beat the Bengals, and yeah, like I just that if there was one game from week 1 that truly surprised me, that was it. The lowest expectations possible, damn near that. Like they finished with one of the worst records in the league last year, which is why they were able to get Drake May. But I just don't have no confidence in New England to win this game though. Well, Seattle's always one of them tricky teams, man, because like week to week, you just never know what you're gonna get. Like I know they beat Denver, but it was like it's just, I think they run the ball pretty well, you know what I mean? With Kenneth Walker, but just they're a very underwhelming team, man. Like I don't really know. But I'm gonna go with Seattle though. I think they'll beat New England and kind of bring them down to earth. Bring them back down to earth. Next game. Oh God, here we go. The New York Giants versus the Washington Commanders. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. This is the road opener for the Giants. And maybe they need to be on the road because I don't know if niggas was just comfortable being at the crib or I don't know what the fuck went wrong with the preparation, but it was a mess, man. Like niggas came out completely unprepared, got smoked. Like I knew the game was over when we got a turnover early in the game and we were at Minnesota's 20 and we settled for a field goal. That's when I knew the game was over. To think we actually led 3-0 in that game is crazy. But yeah. I'm going off on a tangent because I'm a Giants fan, obviously. But playing Washington, Jaden Daniels. Washington didn't look too good themselves. I thought Jaden Daniels played okay. He played with a lot of heart, but it's his first career start, and you can't expect for him to light the world on fire in his first start. But I do think he handled himself well for what the game called for. I'm trying to pull up his numbers real quick. Let me see what did Daniels do against Tampa. He didn't play horribly. No picks, no nothing like that. 17 for 24, 184, and he ran for 2 touchdowns, 88 rushing yards. So yeah, he handled himself damn well for the first game of his career. Now their defense got smoked. Um, Hopefully that's a sign that Daniel Jones can get something going because Baker Mayfield threw for 4 touchdowns against Washington, which is crazy, and damn near 300 yards. But who knows what Daniel Jones would do? So I'm going with the Giants. Next, the Los Angeles Chargers against the Carolina Panthers. I'm not even going to do a breakdown of this shit. The Chargers going to smoke them niggas. Like, Panthers are the worst team in the league. Cleveland Browns at Jacksonville. Cleveland look like shit against Dallas. Deshaun Watson got approximately 2 to 3 more games to prove that he's still a good, let's just say a good quarterback in the NFL because he ain't been the same since Houston. He look like shit last year. I know he ended up getting hurt, but I don't really have too much confidence left in Deshaun Watson. Trevor Lawrence, I don't really like this game. I'm just gonna pick Jacksonville just off the strength that they at home. Yeah, no other reason than they at home. Los Angeles Rams against the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals started off pretty well last week, jumped out to a big lead, but were unable to hold it. So it's going to be interesting to see how Arizona plays moving forward. You know, Kyler Murray is one of my OU guys, so I'm always, rooting for him and behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Uh, Los Angeles looked pretty good against the Lions. I'm not gonna lie to you, like in Detroit at that. So they look pretty good, bro. I think the Rams are gonna beat the Cardinals. I like the Rams, man. I like their weapons. I think Matt Stafford is still at a level where he can will his team to wins when he needs to. I'm gonna go with the Rams on that one. Pittsburgh Steelers against the Denver Broncos. The Steelers beat the Falcons with all field goals. Craziness. I didn't get a chance to really watch the game, but living here and hearing all the Falcon fans, they already done with Kirk Cousins. Turned the ball over a couple times. And you knew this shit was gonna happen. You knew niggas was gonna be calling for Michael Penix to start relatively early. So I'm not surprised at all. But we'll talk about the Falcons in a minute. The Steelers, like I said, they won by all field goals, so it's not like they were super productive on offense. Their damn self. I know Russell Wilson is hurt. Justin Fields, I guess, is doing what he can do. That was his first start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bo Nix for the Denver Broncos, I guess he played okay, but I don't think he's ready to win games in the NFL. Not right now. He looked better. I ain't gonna lie. Bo Nix, he looked better than what I thought he would look. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because I know there was rumblings about him possibly getting drafted by the Giants. But I'm not a Bo Nix guy. I know he did throw 2 picks in the game, but yeah, give me the Steelers. Mike Tomlin will go on the road and win. The Bengals at Kansas City. Bad for business for Cincinnati. Like they lost to the Patriots and then got to go directly to Kansas City. Now I know in the past Burrows had success against Kansas City to the point where they called it Burrowhead Stadium. I don't know about this week, Joey B. I don't know, my nigga. Kansas City got that extended break. They played on the Thursday before the Sunday, so they've been probably chomping at the bit, man, to get back on the field. I don't see Cincinnati going in there and winning. Not as flat as they look. I don't know, bro. Kansas City has a better defense than what New England has, and Joe Burrow looked like garbage. Kansas City's gonna win that game. The Chicago Bears at Houston. Another team that offensively did absolutely nothing, but were able to win the game through sheer defense. Like their defense balled out on Sunday in the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams. I'm gonna leave the other shit I want to say alone, but he looked like shit too. He ain't really do nothing. They won, but it was kind of in spite of him. And Houston is, this is one of those teams that I think will have a very, very successful season with all the weapons that they have to work with, that CJ Stroud has to work with. Diggs, he showed up, he scored. Nico Collins is still Nico Collins. Tank Dell out there. Joe Mixon. I mean, they're loaded, man. They're loaded. So, and they're at home. Give me Houston. Easy win. Easy win. And finally, Monday Night Football. The Atlanta Falcons travel to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Man, the one saving grace I will say for the Falcons is that the Eagles defense really didn't look that good last week, man. Their secondary showed that they can be had. I think Jordan Love missed a lot of throws against that defense, man. I'm not gonna lie. And they still put up a nice amount of points. They left plays on the field and still what did they have, like 26 points or some shit like that. They left play, like I said, they left plays on the field. And I know the Falcons do have weapons that they can utilize against this defense. I just don't know if Kirk Cousins. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna be watching this one. I will say that I wasn't able to watch them last game, so I will be able to watch this one. I do have Philly winning the game though. I ain't gonna lie. I think the Falcons go to 0-2 early in the season. Maybe they'll bounce back. I think they got Kansas City next week too, though. That's bad. That's bad for business, bro. That first game they should have won. And they staring at 0-3. I know the fans gonna hate to hear me say that, but hey, y'all gonna be with us, baby. But yeah, that concludes, man, week 2 of my picks, man. Like, share, subscribe. Like I said, I'm gonna be probably doing this every single week, man. And I'm gonna keep track of my record and all that to show you how accurate I am with this shit, man. You know what I mean? Fly Free Sports. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Holla at your boy, man. We out.